Hello, everyone from sunny California, where we have exceeded once again the record for COVID cases and deaths. So we are pretty much shut down here. It's been 5 months. And so I'm hearing from my clients and I'm hearing from my family and friends that it's time for us to figure out how we can thrive in this new normal, which is what I'm calling the COVID crucible. So we can move from this chaos to what I call grit with grace. So we're going to talk, and I'm going to make some short videos, very short, with each of the 7 C's of resilience, and I'll talk about those over the next few weeks. So I wanted to start, first of all, with my first one, which is compassion, which is, as you can see, that's the 7 a.m., if you will, in the clock here. And I want to start with this because I think it's absolutely essential for us to have compassion for ourselves. Compassion, suffering with. So first of all, I want to talk about the feelings that I've been hearing people tell me about and what I've been feeling myself. It's waves. Sometimes it feels like a tsunami. And it depends on, of course, what's going on in your place of work or your family. And it can be from, there's loneliness, there's feeling like drowning, there's exhaustion, there's gut-wrenching grief. There's just sadness and anxiety, worry, rage, frustration, panic over PPE, or anger that things are not prepared the way they should be for an epidemic, a pandemic like we are encountering here. And hopefully somewhere in there we can find short periods of joy and peace and being present with what is here today, because our number one priority is to remain alive, ourselves and our families, and that is the most important thing. So people feel like they're hanging on the edge of a cliff, or they're drowning, as I said, or even hanging between trapezes, and they're wondering how they can, quit just hanging on by their bare fingers or the skin of their teeth. So we'll talk about compassion just shortly. And I want to talk about the kindness that we have for our patients, that compassion and that empathy. It starts with ourselves, because if we don't have it for ourselves, it's pretty hard to have it with that colleague that is really obnoxious and driving you crazy. And so you'll notice when I talk about resilience, a lot of it has to do with gratitude. And so we just named a lot of emotions that we may be having today. So be thankful you can name them. And, feel where you're feeling those emotions that you might have right at this minute, and where you hold them in your body. I have them sometimes in my gut and sometimes up here and in my neck or in my solar plexus or my heart. And I think today it's just that generalized anxiety and sense of foreboding. And it's okay to just take those, suction them out if you can, and try to take those and hold them gently and say, that's only human, because you're human, because you're trying, your body is saying that you're under siege and you have a fight and flight going. So that's normal. That's okay. It's uncomfortable, but it is something we need to learn to cope with effectively. So take those emotions and then offer them to that safety net of those to whom you're connected. Suction them out, throw them away, whatever you can do that will help you realize that there are people that are out there that care about you, that love you, that there's that web that is holding you in love and in connection. Sometimes I think about my grandmothers, my mother, the people that I know love me, that they're there and they care. And somehow I can feel that, and it helps me. May seem a little woo-woo, but if it works, that's the thing that's important. And realize, you are more than enough. You are more than enough as a human being today. And everything you do, be grateful that you can give this to humankind right now. Whatever it is you can do. Just a bit more on compassion, and then we'll wind up our discussion. My coaching question for you is to think about ways that you can be more gentle and patient with yourself and caring for yourself before you even care about others. And sometimes it helps me to step back and look at that obnoxious person who's not wearing a mask right around me. See them as maybe they don't have information, or they're like little children that are really coping with their fears and hurts, and not making it because they're afraid to. And so you can forgive yourself and others for being human. We're only human, and we're enough. Compassion, though, does not mean that you have to be around people who have harmed you or will harm you. Just one caveat there. And so my kindness meditation for you today is to breathe in gratitude for all that you do have, and breathe out peace. Breathe in the gratitude for the smell of the eucalyptus or the sound of the water. Breathe out peace to the world. Nietzsche said that you must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. And hey, I have felt recently like I'm giving birth without benefit of any epidural. But maybe the dancing star that we're giving birth to is really that of a better healthcare system, that with more equity, more dealing with our racial disparities and social inequities. Maybe that's it. And I want to hold on to that as a possibility. Viktor Frankl said when he was in Auschwitz, what is to give light must endure burning. Must endure burning. So our next C that we'll talk about, I think, is commitment, unless something else comes up before that. Thank you. Be safe. Peace out.